I've been accused of lowering poetry to the level of a TV sitcom. And I've also been accused of bringing poetry back to the people, capital P, and giving people, anybody and everybody who wants to express or hear their feelings and thoughts in a poetic fashion. There's 3 definitions of the Poetry Slam, at least 3. It's so big now that all around the world it changes, and you could have 100 different definitions. The first definition is the remarriage of the art of performing with the art of writing poetry, putting them back together where they belong. Somewhere in the 20th century, poetry became stuck on the page. In fact, some of those guys said that, oh, it's horrible to the objective correlative, they call it. You've got to just let the words do the talking. I didn't think that was right, so the first thing I did is I remarried these. And the second definition is a highly entertaining, audience interactive performance poetry show. That's what we do at the Green Mill every Sunday night. The third definition is the one that's spread around the world, a performance poetry competition. I'm going to do a poem now to demonstrate those things. I did this poem in Germany one time for the Germans. It worked for them. If it works for the Germans, it works anywhere. The L Train poem. Here we go. Push a button. When I do this for little kids, they push the buttons. You might be too sophisticated to do that. Push a button. Clocks, timers, ready? Arms and legs, are you ready? Blind beggars, do you have your jingling cups ready? Say yes. Okay. Here. Repeat that. Here. 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 Try to keep up with the old man now. Here they come! The crowd moves from the hot dog stand to the cheap flour man, from the shoe shiner to the barbecued chicken, spit-turning chicken, chasing the backs of heads through the tunnels that funnel the world away. Then, from loops, put your hands up like you're hanging on the train. Did you all use your deodorant this afternoon? Then, from loops, the human heat hangs. The trainman calls 99th, 111th, Belmont, Cottage Grove, Kensington, Kensington, Kensington. 10 buttons are pushed. 10 switches are flipped. Get off, get on, get on, get off. Cough, sneeze, wheeze, choke. The train jerks forward. Folks flap, flap. An old man spits right on the floor and says, I remember when the kids would run alongside the tracks, pumping their arms, trying for a whistle. Train whistles.
Train whistles.
That's how the trains go through Chicago? Woo, woo, I'm a little Chicago train. Show them how a real train goes.
Which one?
A Chicago train.
Whoa!
Hey, give them a round of applause. You did very good. Here's the competition. Beat his whistle. By your applause, whoever will know who beats him. Okay, buddy, your girlfriend didn't do it, but let's see if you... Sister.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Okay, look at this big guy. He's going to protect his sister. Whistle, Chicago whistle. Oh! You did pretty good. That was good, but Whoa! Whistle, 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 whistle! Whistle! 100 million buttons pushed. 200 million switches flipped. Trainmen, brainmen, engineers, gears, bodies, broken minds, the wheels whine, the whistles howl, the boys snort hoary heaven, run alongside the tracks like black sticks animated. It's an orange-red sky like black sticks animated. It's an orange-red sky like crooked wisp of smoke, nightbound. It's over. Have a big round of applause for all our whistlers. I did grow up on the southeast side of Chicago, and not very good student. In fact, didn't really know how to read until Mrs. Panis, the dreaded assistant principal, forced me to read word by word John Steinbeck's The Pearl. Why she chose that book, I don't know. But it changed my life. As you recall, in The Pearl, it's about Kino and his island family finding a huge pearl and how it changed their lives, not for the good. But the thing that touched me in it was that everything was a song. The motif of the novel was a song. The song of the family, the song of danger, the song of the snake. And I got that because there were songs in my head that I could never speak. Because on the southeast side, you know, it's a blue-collar neighborhood. You're not supposed to feel these things. You're not supposed to express them. I kept it all inside. And when she forced me to read that book, I found this beauty that I had been feeling, and I thought it was just... I thought it was just me. I didn't know that other people felt this way. My songs have come out as poems. I'm going to do one for you now to, take you back to that southeast side. I'm wearing my father's coat. He has died. I didn't like him, but I wear the coat. I'm wearing the coat of my father, who is dead. I didn't like him, but I wear the coat just the same. A younger man stopping me on the street is asked, "Where'd you get a coat like that?" I answer that it was my father's, who's now gone, passed away. The younger man shuts up. It's not that I'm trying now to be proud of my father. I didn't like him. He was a narrow man. There was more of everything he should have done, more of what he should have tried to understand. The coat fit him well. Fits me now. I didn't love him, but I wear the coat. Most of us show off to one another, fashions of who we are, sometimes buttoned to the neck, sometimes overpriced. Sometimes surprising even ourselves in garments we would have never dreamed of wearing. I wear my father's coat, and it seems to me that this is the way the most of us make each other's acquaintance, in coats we have taken to be our own. Poetry for me was an extremely passionate art form. After I started reading, I started writing. My first writing was love letters to Maria Elena Rosa that I stuck in my desk drawer, and Marty Spear got them out one day. I'm very shy, and I know it doesn't look like I'm shy, but I am shy. I'd never talked to Maria. Gives the love letters to Maria. I see her walking down the stairs, and I thought, oh my God, she's got the love letter. Did you write these? Yes. My first girlfriend, I ended up going out with her. She came from a very strict Mexican family. I had to take a chaperone on all the dates, usually her brother or sister. I started liking her sister more than a Maria. Yay. Somehow I got to college. They were letting everybody in back in the 60s or 70s. Met another woman. She liked poetry. I started writing poetry. So I go to poetry readings. Boring. Oh my God, boring. So what I realized is what they were doing wrong is they were not performing. They were just up here. Let me read you now my love poem. I love you, I love you, I love you. Now I will read my angry political poem. I am angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. Everything the fucking same, you know? I'm going to do the first poem I ever did for you. Used to gamble at the construction sites. We used to, play cards in the morning. We played cards at lunchtime. We even had a lottery on when the cement trucks would show up. We would shoot craps after work, and this is about a crap game at the abandoned Mission Baptist Church on Western Avenue. It's called The Father is Faded. In a crap game, I shoot $1. Okay, I'll fade you $1. You know, I'm picking this up, man. Father is faded. What he was, crapped out. Now under the altar, the deacons roll the no-come line, snapping the cubes against the green cloth rood, betting that there ain't no salvation. The Father is faded, and the player's head is fallen. The last whispers off his promised two lips, the faint vespers in his glory be eyes, the could-be points of paradise, as lastly he looked up, are gone. The player's head is fallen, and a word is spoken, knocks on wood, lets evil in through the back door with Daddy Joe Crow praying hard for, no for, cops the action in the blue smoke light of the hidden sanctuary. The word is spoken, and while all the neighborhood boys are dealing down their dirty, oblivious to who? While all the neighborhood boys are dealing down their dirty, the #1 kingpin comes hopping off a boxcar. Now, has he come back maybe Judgment Day to double-cross the daddy? Has he come back snapping like a rooster rapping, find me, you honeycomb 11? Has he come back blowing, Papa knows, Papa knows, Papa knows you throw sevens every time. Has he come back maybe? Preacher smiles. Evil grins. The rack pulls in the dice. A loaded pad drops. Now the kingdom's got to come on phony bones. Toss the dice, Daddy. Father, you know we all need something. You know, half the time we don't know what we're doing. You know, there are millions of us doubtful characters drifting in the shadow patch sunlight of the fragmented sky. Father, don't forget us. Don't let us go. Don't forget Joe, little Joe, little Joe, little Joe, little Joe, little! And the spirit flies. A long finger comes out of the clouds, smooths an ash in the green felt. A miracle. Double deuce, cries the crow, scratching up the dollars, stuffing in his pants. Then evil shouts. Cops at the corner run. Fast blades cut the shadows. Blood pools on the green floor. Lightning, black alley dust, vanishing moon. Preacher scats in a blues beat rush. 2, 3 boxcars roll away in red. Father hangs in the doorway, and death coughs up his blood. Quickly, the preacher grabs a passing ladder, climbs a few rungs, sighs at the engine's tune, humming, snake eyes, snake eyes. The Father has faded. So I did this. Woo, woo. One person got up and clapped. And after years of no encouragement, one person clapping has led to this movement. One person. I'd found my destiny. I'd found what I was supposed to do. I never had any training. I'm a shy person. Never realized that I would be doing what I'm doing now. And it was all about performance. And that's what the poets, even today, even in the traditional poetry worlds today, they frown on performing. They say, let the words do it. When I started performing, I, of course, started a show at a place called the Get Me High Jazz Club. I don't know if anybody remembers that place, but woo! I learned there that the show itself is an art form. My intention, starting out, was to bring everyday people into the room. And by doing that, you had to be entertaining. Performance is entertaining. But you had to have an entertaining show. So we started the show at the Green Mill. We had all kinds of rituals that we did. And to keep the poets honest, we came up with the opening shtick at the show. I'll do the opening shtick for you. Poets hate this, but it makes them strong. Welcome to the Green Mill, everybody. It's a poetry slam. What makes the poetry slam different than your ordinary poetry reading is that you, the audience, are always in control. If you happen to like something, you cheer madly. You would think that positive reinforcement is what made the slammer strong, but you'd be wrong. It's the other stuff. If you happen not to like something, you can express yourself in one of several manners. If you don't like it a little bit, you snap your fingers. That's not dig me, daddy-o. Those guys are dead. If you don't like it a little bit more, you stomp your feet. If it's god-awful bad, you groan. There's also the feminist hiss. Used to be when a man got sexist in his poem, but now it's for just about anything a man does as soon as he steps up onto the stage. After years of being hissed at, the men came up with a masculine grunt. It says it all there. I create a structure because you need a structure. And the rituals point the way, but in between I stay flexible. And each night for this 25 years at the Green Mill has been a different type of night. When I get in the moment, I stay free. The Poetry Slam is a highly interactive, highly entertaining, audience interactive show. The third thing that has been spread around the world, because it's the type of show, is the competition, the performance poetry competition. And that's easy to explain. It's a theatrical device. It's a game. It's not meant to figure out who's really the best poet. It's to focus the audience's attention on the work. Like in Bonn, Germany, they call it the rose battle. Everybody that comes into the tavern gets a rose. They go through the first round of 6 poets. You hold up your rose for who you think is best, and they count the roses. The 2 highest counts of roses read another poem in the second round, and the audience throws the rose to the poet they think was best, and whoever has the biggest bouquet is the winner. In Jerusalem, when they still had the slams going on in Jerusalem, the place that they had got blown up, unfortunately, the poet would read the poem. The audience would comment and talk and discuss the poem, and then the poet would either edit the poem and read it again, and then they would score. For a while, you know. It has spawned a movement that is worldwide, that's interconnected people to people. I've tried to keep it underground. I'm anti-big media coverage of it. I'm a guy who is against art being commodified. For me, art has been a sacred thing. I've watched my art, change thousands and thousands of lives. I don't want it to become the sitcom like they blame it to be. I don't want it to become a commodity. I want it to stay sacred. I'm not against artists making money. I'm for that. But I'm against some corporation using it to fill up their coffers. Thanks so much.